Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Just Plain Living, and I'm John Gray.
John Gray, I'm so glad to see you this morning.
See me? I'm glad to see too.
You've had another surgery.
Yeah, I had yesterday. I had my second cataract lens put in, and I'm seeing things in a glow.
You are
right
in the
now. I'm in the afterglow of cataract surgery.
You are lucky. You're one of the ones that could have a lens put in. I didn't have that. I couldn't do that because I have macular degeneration.
Mm-hmm.
But having that surgery alone still helps. You know,
Oh, yeah.
just getting the cataracts off. But hopefully you'll be able to see 20/20.
Well, we'll see. This eye, this is the first eye, is done very well. And
Good.
this one's a little bit different. I mean, it's like anything. I've had both hips done, and they didn't react the same way to
Yeah.
what was happening.
And that's just the truth. That's what
You know,
it is.
and it felt a little different when it was being done. But what is so cool about it is the first day, and I still have a little bit left in this eye today. When you look at light, there's a halo around it.
It's a psychedelic, like.
And it's like a fireworks show going off, and there's two of them. And this eye lasted a night, and on the way home, friend was driving me down Jackson Street, and it was just like going through a kaleidoscope.
Right.
At Disney, there's all these beautiful colors around these lights, and one of them's green and one of them's purple, because each light has its own amount of light that it puts out and the type of light that it puts out.
And you find when you look at the light, it just spirals out.
Oh, it just sparkles.
Yeah.
And she's driving home last night, and I'm going, ooh, ooh, ooh. And of course, they give you a little bit of numbing and some stuff to make you not hurt while they're doing it. But you have to be awake because they have to ask you to do certain things.
Yeah.
But Dr. Ben Mahan has handled me for years, and I appreciate Ben and his professionalism and how he and his staff treat their patients, and how he is very personable about how he talks to his patients and handles his patients.
Makes you feel at ease.
Yeah, he cares, and he's involved in more than just
think about
doing it.
It's your eyes.
Yeah,
you know,
it's your eyes.
A scary
and
thing.
it's amazing that the federal government, in what they want to pay for and not pay for, doesn't really think your eyes or your mouth or your ears are that important to your health.
And that's huge.
You know, and you go and have surgeries done where you can need to see or to hear. You know, that doesn't happen for pennies and dimes and nickels. It's expensive. So
I want to mention the invaders that are coming to South Jackson.
You think I'll be able to see them?
I think you will if you just tough it out till
there.
Saturday. The invaders are a tribute group of the British invasion, and that the young men doing this, or whatever age they are, came to us several years ago and did a Beatles.
Yes.
They've been out on our stage for 2 Beatles concerts. Very talented group, and they have moved into the British invasion. They'll be doing this Rolling Stones, the Beatles, the Who, and you'll help me out because I was out of the country during all this.
The Kinks? Didn't you say the Kinks? It's right there, read it.
I can't even see the words, but the Kinks, the Animals, the Who, the Hollies, Manfred Mann, the Yardbirds, David Clark 5, Zombies, and on and on.
See, and those are all of the bands and all of the things that you would see on the Dick Clark show and those shows back in the 50s and early 60s. And you'd see those bands because they were brand new, and they would play videos of them. A lot of them wouldn't be there, but they'd still play videos and play that music. And then on Hootenanny and all those other shows, that's who was on TV.
I mean, this group came in right after Elvis and the rock and roll, and their music was totally different. It was fast and fun, but it was a different style, and it really took hold in the United States. So I'm hoping you'll come Saturday night at South Jackson Civic Center. Tickets are $20. You can call. Actually, if you're a member, it's a little less if you call and get your tickets, or go online at southjackson.org and you can get your tickets there. It starts at 7. The doors open, I think, at 6, and there's usually concessions for sale and drinks and whatever.
Yeah, there's an actual bar at South Jackson now.
We encourage you to come out. They're a really good group. They're one of my favorite group of performers.
Yeah, I remember when they were here and did the Beatles. They were just outstanding.
They really were. They're very good musicians, and
so this will be fun.
They kind of, I think, got a little bit tired of just doing Beatles and wanted to add more repertoire to what they did. So we'll be looking for you.
I wonder if I bet they change clothes too, don't they?
I don't know if this group does. I'm not going to.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see whether they come out and do Beatles stuff.
They did before. They did. I forgot. They did one group and then they came back dressed a different way.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it? I can't remember the song that led to it.
But I was telling Peggy, I can remember the first time I heard "I Want to Hold Your Hand," and I was in a garage band, the Mystics, and we played old rock and roll, and this was brand new stuff, and it was just like something you'd never heard before.
I wanna hold your hand.
The beat, and the minor chords. The chord structures that were used.
Yeah, they did some really interesting things, and of course they've gone. They split up at some point or died or whatever. But John is still up there singing, and
sure.
It's a great group.
And Paul McCartney and Ringo are still out there doing it. And somebody, of course, Paul McCartney has a band called Wings, and some kid said one day, well. You mean Paul McCartney played music before Wings? They didn't even know who the Beatles were.
Right. I'm sorry I called him John. What?
Yeah.
I've had a hard night.
Had a hard day's night.
I have.
I've had a hard day's night. And I've been sleeping like a dog.
But anyway.
Sleeping like a dog.
Sleeping like a dog.
How more perfect could 2 words or 3 words tell the story? Sleeping like a dog.
A dog sleeps good.
They sleep, they
I can just see a dog on his back with his feet up.
Oh, me. Hey, and I want to remind you this week, Friday night, Tullahoma Wildcats will be playing Creekwood at home, and we took it on the chin with Marshall County last week. But I want you to think about this. We have 9 people in our region, 9 teams in our region. 7 of them have lost. We've played 2 region games. 7 of them have lost a game. There's only 2 out of the 9 teams, that's Pearl-Cohn and Marshall County, who haven't lost a regional game.
Wow.
Everybody else has. So just because we lost 1 game doesn't mean this deal's over.
It's over. No.
Everybody else is just like us. So it'll be fun. Creekwood will be coming to town, and it'll be a great atmosphere at the Wildcat Stadium. Come see football.
I don't know where Creekwood is. Where is that?
Creekwood's a long way from here.
That's what I think.
It's a trip. It's a day trip.
So
day tripping.
Yeah.
Another Beatles song. Hey. We're going to day trip right now and go take a commercial break. Maybe you can find something that you need to buy or go see our sponsors about. Please do that, because without them, we wouldn't be here. We'll be right back. Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, no, this boy, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and this is an exciting time right now. Fall is right around the corner, and there's all kinds of beautiful weather coming. It might get a little wet every now and then, but it doesn't last for long. And we have a lot of outdoor and fun events, and our buddy Marty Gordon's here with us again today to talk about your favorite deal that you do, and it is a show. It has to do with livestock. It has to do with entertainment.
Right.
And this year, the beneficiaries from all this are veterans.
That's right.
So I'm just going to let you go and let you explain what's going on, and I'll ask a question every now and then.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to explain. The American Mule and Bluegrass Festival is going to be held 27th of September to October the 2nd. It's the last week in September, so the fall air is here, and
yes,
it'll be perfect weather. So we're looking forward. This is the second annual the American Mule and Bluegrass Festival. We had it, and it's in Shelbyville, Tennessee, at the horse show grounds, the celebration grounds, at Calsonic Arena. We have over 125 mule classes. It'll be mule pulling, horse pulling. We've got gaited mules, we've got western mules. We've got all kinds of different mules, and it's a mule festival with a lot of entertainment. We got Becky Buller's going to be there on Friday night headlining. The Grass Kickers will be there Thursday night. They were with us last year.
Right.
And then we also got Amanda Cook coming in on Saturday night, and a number of bluegrass bands on the outside door stage. We've got an outdoor stage in the family area, and we're looking forward to all these this entertainment. We are having a cast iron cooking contest. I'd like to mention
I was getting ready to say, I bet there's going to be some food over there, isn't there?
Yeah, we've got a cast iron cooking contest, and the best brisket in cast iron will win $500.
Wow.
The best beans win $250, and the best cornbread $100. So if you're a good cook on a cast iron, wood or coal, go to our website, www.AmericanMuleAndBluegrassFestival.com, and you can sign up right there. It's a $75 entry fee, and we furnish the brisket. So
wow,
you can't lose on this, right? So if you don't win, you'll have a good brisket to take home and eat. So, but,
now you said wood or coal,
right?
So they don't get to pull a grill up over there and set their thing down on a grill or a stove eye.
Wood or coal, in cast iron.
And cast iron.
Right. It's a little challenge, but it can be done.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people and there's a lot of recipes. One of my wife's doctors in Nashville, he surprised us one day with a article and a book on cast iron cooking, and there's a whole lot of people that cook whole meals in cast iron and I mean fancy stuff in cast iron.
That's right. So we got that competition going on. We have a mule race on Saturday night. Fastest mule will win $250, and we're also giving a mule away. $5.
You're giving a mule away?
For a $5 donation, you can win a mule. And if you don't want the mule, we auction the mule off, and the winner receives 50% of that auction. So we did this last year. We gave a mule away last year, and owner from Ohio wanted to keep the mule. And he since then called back this year, loves the mule, and he bought a lot of tickets this year to try to win the second mule.
So you're going to get a brace, I guess is what they're called.
So this is, his name's Gabriel. He's a 2-year-old mule. He's broke to lead. He's got a good mind. It's a nice little mule. And you can go online, fill out the application, send it in, send the money in. It's a $5 donation per ticket, and I'll send you the stubs back. And you just indicate whether you want to auction the mule off or you want to keep the mule. And Freedom Sing will get 50%, and the winner will get 50% of whatever we auction him off.
Now, just for an old city boy who doesn't have a whole lot of knowledge about this, what is a young mule like that normally worth? If you're not doing it, I know when you're doing it for a cause, you know, it raises the price a little bit, but what's the value of a mule like that?
Well, I can guarantee you he'll bring $1,000, at least $1,000. So
if I wanted to go out and buy this mule that you're talking, this exact mule you're talking about, and I decided I bought some land, I want a mule. If I was to go buy that mule and go to the man who owns it, it would cost me $1,000 to buy this mule.
Right.
And you can win it for $5?
$5. And if you auction him off, he could bring as much as $5,000 or $2,500. Who knows? 2 bidders in the audience.
Yeah.
Where it could go for $5. So
I might just give you $5 just to see if I can win a mule.
That'd be great.
My wife would go, well, that means we got 2 mules in the house.
I also want to mention we got a craft fair going on too. We got a lot of handmade crafts that'll be there, and we got other vendors that'll be there supporting us, food trucks.
Yeah.
And we'll have a lot of people that we've got a family area that's dedicated. We have church service on Sunday. We'll have a revival that night. That's October the 2nd. So we've got a tent set up, a 40 by 40 tent, and we'll have an indoor stage in there, under the tent, and we'll have a lot of bluegrass be playing during the week. Freedom Sing USA, Donovan Chapman, and Steve Dean will be playing for Freedom Sing USA on Wednesday, kick this thing off on Wednesday night, and it's free on Wednesday night. So you can come in and get a taste of what's going on Wednesday.
Right.
And then Thursday and Friday and Saturday will be the competition days. And we'll have the mule competition. And we had a good friend that just passed away this past week, J.B. Stubblefield, and he's from Coffee County. He was 103 years old, like 2 days being 104. We'll be honoring his life on the 27th at my farm. It's a fish dinner, and we got Lowdown Revival Bluegrass will be playing that night at my farm. And I'd like to invite you to come and partake in celebrating JB's life.
That's great, man.
And he's a great mule lover. Was in World War II, and he was lost in the jungle for a long time. And they found him because his mother had sent him a Bible with his name and address on it. And Freedom Sing USA wrote a song called Mama's Bible. And if you really want to hear something inspirational, it tells the story of JB's life.
That's something.
And it's a really inspirational song, and I'm really so proud that Freedom Sing USA has incorporated this song among a number of other World War II songs on the CD. That CD be available, it'll be online, and it'll also be at the festival that people can purchase. You know, we don't have many of these World War II veterans left.
No, we don't. I'm a veteran, and we losing. We had, I think we had at one point about 4 years ago, we had 4 over 100, and now there's only 1 of them left.
Yeah, so we want to honor those people, and if you come to the festival, if you get military ID, you get in free. There's no charge to all veterans. So we'll be honoring all the veterans the whole time through this whole process of the festival.
Right, right. You know, it can't be any better than that, man. Thank you for coming back and sharing this with us. And, you know, there's so many wonderful things that go on around our area here, and there's so much care, and people care for one another, and we care for our neighbors, and we certainly care for our veterans and our 9/11 people, our first responders, and this is just another way to show what a great place it is to live.
Yes, sir.
Right here in Middle Tennessee, the middle south part of this country, where that's why they sang that song, "This is God's country."
That's right.
Because it is.
That's exactly right.
Thank you, my friend, and good
Thank you.
fortune to you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Clayton's has been Tullahoma's shoe store for over 120 years, and Florence Hall continues that tradition today. We're the only shoe store in town that starts with measuring your foot to make sure you get the perfect fit in a quality shoe. That includes narrow through wide widths for men, women, and children. Clayton Shoes, the family shoe store you'll love.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with sodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Robertson today, and not loaded, but we've got guns, right?
We have guns.
And I'm
checked and rechecked, so no accidents.
And no bullets in the house.
No bullets in the house.
However, we couldn't we? Hubert, I'm so excited about what you do with these guns. Are these 3 laying here? Are they yours? Or
they are my personally owned guns
and,
that I have reworked and restored.
And you bought them, and they were just falling apart, basically.
Well, they were in various states of disrepair or misuse.
I think it'd be good if the audience could see this one. It's heavy, but can you see that better a little bit? Tell me a little bit about this gun, how bad it was before
I bought this gun.
Put it together.
It was in such bad shape. In fact, I think we have a photo of that, if they can put that up.
Oh, there we go.
It was in such bad shape, it was actually written up in a gun magazine like, "Don't let this happen to you." Someone had taking parts and pieces. The bolt handle is a piece of wire plier handle that someone had welded on. It was just really sad.
Basically falling apart.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't safe.
Probably, I was going to say, it'd be dangerous to shoot it.
This is the after I restored it, and as a matter of fact, the editor of the gun magazine, I sent him the after photos, and he asked me to write an article about it. He said, I think my readers would like to hear about this. So.
And you wrote the article?
Well, it's in process.
Oh, okay. So it's going to come out. What kind of gun actually is that?
That is a model 1908 Brazilian Mauser, made in Germany, under contract for Brazil. It was originally a military rifle, and that has been converted, and it turned out really well.
And have you shot it?
I have.
And it works
it's
really good?
It's a really incredibly strong gun.
So when you take one in to clean up and to rebuild and whatever, you're getting it in working condition.
Yes, and if I work on anything to do with the actual firing mechanism, then I test fire it to make sure it's safe for my customers.
And I know that you do this, for other people.
Yeah.
And how do they find you? I know you're
well, a lot of it's word of mouth. I give out a ton of business cards. Just run into people and we get to talking. And honestly, I see folks in stores, if they're wearing a lot of camo or something like this, I'm like, hey, let me give you a business card, and we go from there.
I guess you have a website?
I have a Facebook
page. And what is that?
It's Mulberry Creek Gunworks.
Mulberry Creek Gunwork. I like the sound of that. Yeah. I used to climb mulberry trees and eat them. I'd blow them off.
We have one in our side yard, and that's how I get a lot of my work. And also, I have some gun stores that give out my cards and send customers to me and actually do some repairs for them.
I love the way this one looks. It's a cowboy's gun.
That is a clone of a Colt Peacemaker that is made in Germany by Sauer. And when I got this, it had some real issues. It was out of adjustment and needed just ordinary wear and tear, but then again, someone had taken and put a part in to attempt to repair the problems that wasn't the correct part for this gun.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing was that it was the part that when you pull the hammer back, rotates the cylinder up so the bullet aligns with the barrel. Well, this one only went a little over halfway.
Oh my goodness.
So you can imagine if you have the barrel here and the bullet half on and half off, and this guy is a .357 Magnum. So if you pull the trigger in that condition, things are going to get really exciting for a few seconds.
Right,
and,
I can imagine.
You often don't get a second chance not to make that mistake.
Do you find that a lot of people that need to work on their guns just for somehow their grandpa left them a gun and they've just left it laying, and
I get a lot of that.
You get a lot of that.
I call them grandpa guns. They folks are nostalgic about the family heirlooms, and they want to pass them on down to their children and grandchildren, and I do quite a bit. I've got kind of a niche market.
Well, I think the beauty of what you do when they come to you, when they pass them down, they're passing down a safe instrument.
Yes.
That has been
occasionally
redone.
I have to tell the customer, look, this gun is not safe to shoot. It's gone past the point of no return. I can make it look good to hang on the wall, but I can't make it safe to shoot again.
But you will let them know.
And I
when
tell
they
them
bring
that
the
up
gun.
front, and then it's in their court.
So if anybody decides they want to have a gun worked on, can you give them sort of an estimate when they come out?
I have had jobs like that ran from, $100 up to $400.
Sure.
Where I have to replace the stocks and all of that,
everything.
and that's quite expensive.
This little one, what is this?
That is a model 1877 Colt revolver. That historically, that is the model gun that Doc Holliday and Billy the Kid carried.
That's great.
I wish it was the gun that one of them carried, and I would be retired right now, but it's not. But when I got that one, it wouldn't work at all. It was all gommed up, and it just really needed a good cleaning, and that's also a common thing I do is
just clean the gun.
I have guns that I've found grass seed and leaves and parts of dead bugs in guns,
right.
and that's not going to work well. And sometimes they just need a good cleaning.
Good cleaning up. When did you decide to do this?
Back last spring, Sheila and I, my wife, were discussing retirement plans, and she is the corporate treasurer for our church and pays the bills, keeps the books, does the payroll like that. And they pay her very nicely. And she said, you know, once we retire, if you had something on the side you could do that would kind of put us over the top.
That you enjoy doing, I think.
Yes, and she said, look, you don't want another full-time job when you retire. But so I went back to school at age 63 and got my gunsmithing certificate and my federal license. And
so you're highly qualified. I mean,
well,
I want
and
people
also
to know
I'm a
you're not just
mechanical
a man
engineer,
that
so
decided
that doesn't hurt either.
Yeah.
And my dad was a collector, so I've done this all my life for myself.
How many guns do you have?
I take the Fifth Amendment.
A lot?
Well, more than one and less than 100. We'll say.
Okay. So, I mean, do you find
occupational
that
hazard.
I know, sometimes you see one and you think, oh man, I got to have that.
Yes, that was the case in the little antique Colt.
I feel like
there.
what you do is a labor of love, because you want it to look perfect and be back in shape if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And you invite people that might be interested in giving you a call. Do you take phone calls, or you want to be contacted?
I take phone calls and
your Facebook page, let's give them that again.
It's the Mulberry Creek Gun Works. And can I just say my phone number?
Yeah.
931
I thought they might put it up.
581-4981.
4981.
And I
581.
actually plan to have a little promotional campaign this holiday season called Give the Gift of an Heirloom to resurrect those family guns.
And it's great. It's what a great thing. So many people have everything in the world, and maybe they've got an old gun hanging around that they cherish because their dad had it, and then you fix it up, and that for them it becomes a gracious gift.
Yes.
One to cherish. I can think of nothing better than a family heirloom being restored. So we don't have much time, so Hubert, I think you're going to be a great success, as you always are, in everything you do, and your work with guns is phenomenal. Any last words, real quick?
No, just thank you for having me on.
Well, we loved having you,
awesome.
and if they can't find you, they can maybe find me, and I'll give them your number.
All right.
All right, we'll be back with something else soon.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family. Caring. Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back, and I'm glad to have our buddy and one of the sparks in the engine that runs Tullahoma on set with us today, Miss Hope Nunley. It's been so long we used that, but Nunley, and she is the director of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, sir.
And running wide open, girl. I mean, there's so much been going on, and I want to thank you, as others have, for your participation in what happened last week with the Great American Defense City campaign and Taste of Tullahoma, and all that was just impeccable.
Well, thank you so very much. We greatly appreciate, and whenever I say we, I speak on behalf of the staff at TACC, because nothing happens without the full participation of the staff. Tisha Fritz is our membership director. Lily Thompson is our marketing and communications coordinator. And again, we just have to recognize them and their hard work, because they are true assets to the team. And then, of course, our board of directors, our ambassadors. Any event that you see is with the hard work of not only the team, but our dedicated volunteers. And so I just have to give a heartfelt thanks to each and every one of them.
Well, and we give a heartfelt thanks to you. And every team needs a leader, and a good leader knows how to do just exactly what you did. Give kudos to the team, and they're a big part of what goes on, and you're a big part of what goes on. The Chamber is in our community, and it has been for as long as I can ever remember, and I'm an old guy.
Well, we just celebrated our 100th birthday last year, 2021, and so we've been around
for a while,
for a little bit, and hope to be around for a very long time. You know, so many exciting things happening with the Chamber right now. We are very excited about everything that's coming up. We have a fall golf tournament coming up that's sponsored by First Bank. We have a 40 under 40 event that's going to take place on November 3rd, where we highlight and recognize 40 young professionals in our community. And that event is sponsored by Coffee County Bank. And then we also have our Wobble Gobble Chamber 5K.
You wobble gobble?
Wobble gobble. And so, and the joke is you can walk, run, or wobble.
Or
so many.
Do you know Wanda Gobble? You know Wanda Gobble, don't you? She's a member of the Art Center.
I do know Wanda.
I guarantee you, Wanda will wobble gobble with us.
Well, we'd love to have her.
She's a spark plug.
Yes. And then, of course, rounding the year out is our Tullahoma Christmas Parade, sponsored by Stan McNabb Automotive. So we're very excited about that. We do, I do know right now who our Grand Marshal is and what the theme is, but can't tell you just yet. So we're going to make those announcements at the next two Chamber Coffees. The September Chamber Coffee will take place at the Hands-On Science Center, and that is when we will release the theme.
You little secret holder, you.
Of the Christmas Parade. And the winner, many of you may know that we started a process 2 years ago where we let the children in the schools submit their ideas. So we took Santa Claus and a red Corvette with a police escort to deliver all the theme contests to the elementary schools. And it is so fun to sort through the stack and just see the ideas that the kids have.
Sure.
So many of them were thanking their teachers and wanted to get their teachers involved. They wanted their families involved. They wanted animals involved. They wanted to see animals on the floats. And so it's, like I said, it's just so fun to sort through and see their little minds. But also, you know that they've attended past parades and are taking notes because they work in details from previous years. And so, again, just a lot of fun. But we will announce the theme contest at the September coffee and then the Grand Marshal at the October coffee.
And we're going to have you're going to come back here in a little bit, aren't you? Are you coming back to see us?
Today?
Today?
Maybe.
Maybe, huh?
Maybe.
It's another secret, but it's not a secret, but it's a great thing that's getting ready to happen.
That's right. And I don't want to, we're going to talk plenty about that in the next segment. I guess I did confirm that I'll be back. But yes, so another great exciting event. So many exciting events happening in Tullahoma. I just urge and encourage anybody who is looking for something, you can visit the Chamber website and see upcoming community events, and Chamber members can post unlimited events on that page. And so and that is our most popular page on our website because everybody wants to know what is happening in Tullahoma.
Oh yeah, and one of the things I want to ask, and I know you might not have the exact current number because it might have changed 5 or 10 people or groups by now, just because you've been gone from the office. How many members are in the Chamber of Commerce?
441 currently. Yes, sir.
441 members. Congratulations to you and your staff.
Now, again, that's a team effort. Tisha Fritz is our membership director, as I mentioned, and she does a fantastic job managing that membership. Yes, 441 members. And we appreciate each and every member that we have and hope that we're serving them well and hope that they're taking advantage of the benefits that we're offering to our members because there are some fantastic benefits in that in-person networking like the coffees and the ribbon cuttings, but there are also website advantages and marketing opportunities. And so we just really encourage anybody who has questions about their membership, like what are some benefits? Or maybe you're interested in joining. Why should I join the Chamber? Or maybe you're a new member and you're wondering what's next. We actually offer a course called Chamber Connect where you can attend and we break down all of the benefits of a Chamber membership. And what we find is the people that go through that really take advantage of those benefits that we're offering.
Well, and one thing I want to put out there again is that you don't have to be a business to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce. You can be an individual who wants to participate in the things that are happening in our community and understand and know where the new businesses are and what's going on. You can be, as an individual, you can be a member of the Chamber of Commerce as well.
That's absolutely right.
And one thing I'd like to preach on again is one of my things is we all need to know the businesses in town. Don't just because you own a business and the customer doesn't come to you or you don't have what they need. We need to know what's down the street where we can send somebody to one of our fellow business people and the customer gets served.
Absolutely.
That's the most important thing instead of hugging your customer and wanting to get all their customers' money. We need to spread the wealth and to where the whole community, because none of us have everything.
No, it sounds like you're leading right into shop local, and so
that is wow. What about that?
We have revamped the logo. We have some great T-shirts available, reminding people to shop local, and we encourage people to shop local not only during the holidays but year round because there are birthdays and there's teacher appreciation. There's lots of opportunity back to school, lots of opportunities to shop local, and we have so many great opportunities to do that.
There's so many. I'll talk from an old man's perspective. There's so many small boutiques and smaller businesses that are in town now that have such diverse amount of inventory that unless you go visit, you really don't know what you're missing. So go in those businesses and go in there and spend a little money while you're in there. and join the Chamber of Commerce.
I like
Why
it.
not?
I didn't even have to say anything. He said
We
it all for
all
me.
need to be members of the Chamber of Commerce.
I like that.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
sweetheart.
Thank you.
And we'll see you maybe.
Maybe.
She might sneak back in here in a minute. If she does, I'll be happy. We'll be right back.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is, it's safer than going for a run. Give it a shot. Find a free appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. I've been waiting for this group to come in for a long time. The Manchester Arts Center has sent these two wonderful people that are doing Macbeth.
Macbeth, yes.
And what a great thing to do, and that's a real challenge, I know. You're opening this week.
Yes, this Friday, the 16th, at 7:30. We run through the 25th.
And are you Sunday a matinee? Or are you doing
Sunday will be a matinee,
Is
yes,
that
it's,
2 or
2
2:30?
p.m.
2 o'clock, yeah.
2 o'clock on Sunday. And then the following weekend, the same thing.
Yes. Friday, Saturday evening, 7:30.
And right off, get your tickets. I've got a poster right here. I can just read it. 931-570-4489. That's a long number. Anyway, millennium.org.
MillenniumRep.org.
Did I say that wrong?
MillenniumRep.org.
Oh,
you need the rep or you won't get to us. I don't know where you'll go.
Can you see this? Great poster. Macbeth has blood on his hands. All right. This is Kelly Lipinski over here. She's playing Lady Macbeth. And Rick Ruiz is playing Macbeth.
The man himself.
The man himself. We have a little bit of an act and that I've asked them to do, so let's just go ahead and do that now. Do you mind?
Okay. Sure.
And you want to set it up in any way, or?
Well, we're in Scotland, and the current king is King Duncan, who, in fact, we have a lot of descendants of in the cast, it turns out. And King Duncan is, I guess we now have Thane of Glamis, who is a very ambitious man. His wife is also very ambitious, and she wants him to earn the crown by getting rid of the king.
Okay.
And that's what I'm convincing him to do.
That's where
here.
we're going. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll get on his side.
Ooh.
He hath almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Well, hath he asked for me?
Know you not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business, for he hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people who now would be worn in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem'st the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dared not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man, who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man, and to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. No time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that the fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, where to the rather shall his hard journey soundly invite him? His two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the water of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Yes, bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber, that, and marked with their daggers, that they had done it?
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mark the time of fairest show, for false face must hide what false heart doth know.
That is fabulous.
Thank you.
I'm glad you got the line, screw your courage to the
sticking place. Yes,
sticking
yes.
place, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is wonderful. I just can't imagine memorizing all those lines because they're huge, and to make sure that people can understand what you're saying, I love the way you did it. It was wonderful.
Well, thank you. You know, Shakespeare has one advantage of other authors, is that the iambic pentameter really tells you where the stresses are. It's every other syllable, so this is important right now.
And you have to get those words out, and not everybody can get the style, and you two have it. It's wonderful.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
And I'm excited, and we'll plan to be there.
Absolutely. Well, this weekend, next weekend.
I really encourage people to get there. We've got the information on the screen now, so write that down and get your tickets early, and so that you don't have to stand in line. You can get it online, I think.
You can get it online, you can get it by phone, you can show up at the door.
And $15 a ticket, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, I wanted to mention the fact that you have some great directors and workers within, so tell me, I know it's Joel Longstreet who is doing the directing.
Yes. Yeah.
And
you know, it's funny, I've only done a few shows at the Millennium Repertory Company, and I think they've all either been with Joel or directed by Joel Longstreth.
He's just, I call him Street, but I know it's Streth. You know, he is an amazing individual.
He is. He's a lot of fun.
I've seen him in so many different roles, and he loves what he does, and you can always tell.
Puts his heart into a lot of it there.
And your fight instructor, who is that?
Yes, Emily.
Emily Seal.
Yes.
Okay.
She's helped us safely attack one another.
and you're using swords.
Right.
Yes, we are using long swords.
I think
and
that
daggers
that in itself is exciting to see somebody able to do that, because that's not just easy to do. It takes a little practice.
It does. It does. And
I mean, the whole show is murder and revenge and blood and sword fights. You know, it's a thing.
And I was impressed that you made your costumes. Am I right in that? That you actually put it together?
We were given some instruction on the style and the feel that we'd like for this play, and everybody kind of jumps in and does create their own. And of course, it's got to be approved.
Sure.
But yes.
But it's a combination. People, you know, thrift stores, Amazon, what you had in your closet. There's always the witches are a metaphysical appearance here. They're very dark and black and feathery. The warriors are a whole nother post-apocalyptic. Scattered and tattered, you know, and then there's the housewives. Basically, you've got Lady Macbeth and Lady Macduff, both of whom aren't out there getting ripped up by sword fights. So we have a different look.
Were y'all excited when they decided to do this? Did you know right off that you wanted these parts?
I would have wanted this part 20 years ago. I never in a million years, seriously, never in a million years. This was such an object role that it wasn't even on my bucket list. It was beyond the bucket list. It was never going to happen. So yes, I'm very excited to.
I knew that I wanted to audition. I did not know that I'm having a blast letting Macbeth play with me.
Right.
Through me. There's a lot to learn from them.
A lot to learn, and I think it's be an education for the audience, and they have basically cut us off. So, Kelly and Rick, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Good luck with the production. I know it's going to be great, and we'll be back with whatever they bring back.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Hello, folks. Welcome back, and I'm glad to have with me today our local star, Hunter Girl.
Hey,
how are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm glad to have you in the studio. You are getting ready to do this, I think, Saturday night?
Yes, Saturday.
You have a show, and it is going to be where it's at the roller rink, I think, isn't it?
I think so.
It's out past behind Lowe's.
Yes, behind Lowe's.
And this is a fundraiser for Ronald McDonald House.
Yes, and Eli Grow.
And Eli Grow. The Grows, Cassie, and they're going to be out there selling gelato, and all of that's going to go to the Grow Foundation, Eli Grow, and Tony, Cassie and Tony. And so how did that come about? How did that happen that you're doing that?
Well, they messaged me and everything and asked me to come, and so I'm so excited because this is the closest hometown show, since I've been off the show, and getting to have everybody here, and my family's coming. It's my Nana's birthday that day too, so she's going to be coming out to the show and getting to play full band, so that'll be incredible.
Now, do you have a band that you keep that's the same people every time you have a band? They're your band.
Yeah.
How long have you had a band?
Well, Nashville's kind of weird in a way because, people interchange and everything because the schedules are so crazy. So I most of the time have the same guys, or if somebody has something already, then I'll switch somebody out. But this band's my band, and I've known them for a little bit. So when I got off the show, I was like, I need to put a band together fast. And so I called one of my best friends, Eric, and he used to be the bass player for Lindsay Ell. Another great country music artist, and he helped me get everybody together, and he's just been one of my best friends for a long time.
Well, a joint friend of ours, Tim Daly.
Yes,
who I write with and have for years, and Tim plays Tootsies and around, but sometimes you need a band, and he has a band that he puts together, and I guess that's sort of common practice in Nashville because you don't always get to go somewhere where a band's required, or really it's too much to have a band in some of the smaller places?
Yes, yeah.
Do you like playing with a band?
Oh yeah, I love it way better than just playing by myself and everything. It just depends on the thing, because most of the times that I'm playing by myself, it's usually like a writer's round. But I'm so excited to play with the band and getting to sing some new songs I've been working on, and getting to see everybody. I lived 15 minutes from Tullahoma.
Oh yeah,
so getting to hang out with everybody that I grew up with and just have a good time.
So I think that's going to have is that going to have a meet and greet?
I assume I'll just be hanging out. I'll be like, hey guys.
You're doing what you're told.
I'll be eating gelato and helping and hoping we raise a bunch of money.
Raise a bunch of money. That's right.
That'll be incredible.
How are things going since the show?
It's been awesome. I kind of hit the ground running when I got back and hadn't really stopped, but it's been so much fun, and just getting to come home and see my family, because it's been a year process, American Idol was, and kind of taking everything in this past year.
And you're a hometown family girl.
Yes, yeah.
And I noticed you say Nana, your Nana.
Yes, my Nana.
And that's your grandmother?
Yeah, that's my grandma. That's on my mom's side.
On your mom's side.
Nana and Paul, they live up towards like Monteagle, Tennessee.
Nana and Paul.
Near Palmer.
It don't get any more country than that, folks. You think this girl's not the real deal? I guarantee you she is. And that brings about another subject.
Yeah.
Has she been outcoming and forthcoming with some advice for you throughout this whole process that you're going through?
Oh, Nana? Oh, well, Nana, I think Nana's advice is she just have as much fun as you want to. And she was just it's encouraging me. She was like, it's been such a fun year. You worked so hard. And she was like, we need to come back and celebrate and buy all the sparkly jackets and sparkly boots and have as much fun as we can.
The boots are great.
So Nana, I got to play the Opry a few weeks ago, and Nana was there, and she wore a sparkly jacket, and she was like, it's all for you.
And she's the one who's the Redbird, who talks about the Redbird?
Yeah, Nana, like everybody in my family talked about Redbirds growing up, so.
But she's the one that evidently told your mother.
Yes, yeah, talking to Mama and everything.
So that's advice.
Yes.
That's some wonderful advice
Giving me
right
great
there.
Advice.
That ended up being a #1 song. Thanks, Nana.
Thanks, Nana.
Well, you going to play something for us here now?
Yeah, I can. Oh.
I'm trying to get all the music out of her I can while I got her here.
Should I do a new one, or should I do Redbird?
You can do Redbird again if you want to, because this is a different show. Thanks, Nana, for Redbird.
Mama told me when I was a kid, when a redbird flies, close your eyes, make up. Right around the time my faith went missing, praying for an angel, but the wings look different. God, if you're listening, you just send me home now. 'Cause I can use a redbird right now, going from the other side of the clouds. I'm feeling lost and empty. Let me know that you're still with me. By sending someone up in heaven down to earth for just a second.
this is going to be out at the roller rink behind Lowe's.
Yes.
Saturday night, the 17th.
Yes.
And you're going to be there. I think there's going to be Connor Rostel. I think, and his band is going to open up for you probably about 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
and
I
you're
think
going to
so.
be on about 7.
Yes,
7:30, something like
7
that.
o'clock, I think.
Okay, and it is for Ronald McDonald House.
Yes, and Eli Grove. I'm excited.
We're all excited to have an opportunity to see you. Dear, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your talent with us and the world, and just get all you can get while you're there.
Oh, thank you so much.
Love you, and hope to see you soon.
Love you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll be back after these messages.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Okay, folks, you see that Ann? This is not about Anna right here. You'd think by looking at that sign it's about Anna, but it's about hope is what it is, and it's hope for the community to have a good time.
Right.
This next Saturday, right?
September
next weekend,
24th.
Next weekend for the 41A Festival, and it's the 24th one.
Whoa.
No, it's on the 24th. Thinking, wait a minute. Whoa, it's right. It's the annual. It's annual. I need to shut up and let y'all talk.
But we are hopeful to celebrate the 24th.
24th one, yeah.
Years to come.
Tell us what's going on.
We'll come back for that one.
I hope I'm still here.
It's our 12th annual festival.
There you go. We're halfway there.
There we go. Our halfway mark. It's Saturday, September 24th, 2 o'clock at Grider Stadium. We hope everyone will come out, like you said, to support the community. We've had so many people sponsor the event this year. We've got vendors, we've got Kids Zone, we've got so many things going on. We support, with the proceeds from the festival, we support local children's charities. That's why we do this. Charities like Head Start, Casa Works, Coffee County Community Children's Advocacy Center, Toys for Tots, Tullahoma Daycare, Caring for Kids, Haven of Hope, Imagination Library, Horseplay, and that's just some of the many we support. This year, we've actually already given out $20,000 to those charities just like that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and we're expecting everybody to come out and have a great time. We're already claiming it's going to be perfect weather. And we've got 5 great groups lined up. It's going to start off at 2 o'clock with Chase Clinton and Vintage Vibes, followed with Stagger Moon, then Utopia, Motley Inc., which is a Motley Crue cover band, and then Atomic Punks, which is a Van Halen tribute band.
Wow.
So it's going to be...
And that's on
Saturday.
September 24th.
24th.
And we're going to be there all day and come out and have a great time. We're also, bring the kids, bring the family. We're going to have a big kids zone. We're going to have some bounce houses provided by Master of Ceremonies. Lowe's is going to have a build and grow workshop for kids to come out and work on some stuff.
Won't be any food there, will there?
There's going to be lots of food trucks and, of course, beer.
And beer, of course, you got to have beer.
Yeah, Miller Lite, Bud Light's 2 of our biggest sponsors.
Right.
So it helps us put this on. So, yeah, it's going to be a great event. So come on out.
And this is, this has been so much fun, and it started off downtown. And, I was chairman of the Retail Merchants Committee of the Chamber of Commerce when we had the old Italian street fairs downtown in the 70s. Oh, wow. And this is just that the one downtown grew out of that, and it outgrew that, and then moved over to the stadium. And it's just wonderful because the whole town can feel like they're part of something good that's going on for the community, and they can listen to great music, and they can buy trinkets and jewelry and T-shirts and drink beer and see their friends, and it's just fun.
It
is.
And it's free to attend. Access
Free
is
to
free.
attend.
Yeah, we're going to go and get 5 bands for free.
You can leave a tip.
Yes.
You can put, there's a jar there where you put
Donations are
money
much
in.
appreciated.
If you just feel like, I had way too much fun here today that it didn't cost me anything. Let me get in that wallet and put a 20 down there.
Highly encourage it.
We certainly, the event would not be successful without the love and support of the community, and we are so fortunate to be in our 12th year with this event, because there are events that you see that you're like, oh, I missed that. They don't do that anymore. So again, we're really fortunate to be in our 12th year. We have a great group, the Highland Room Kiwanis Club, that puts this event together. It's a great group of volunteers. A small club. We're always growing, always welcoming new. So if you like to have fun and you want to be a part of, and you want to help donate to children, we just encourage anybody who's interested to join us. Again, it's a really great, fun group. And being in those beginning years and seeing where the festival started to where we are today, it's been an exciting growing process. And each and every year is unique in its own way. Mm-hmm. And so even the seasoned veterans, you never know what's going to happen going into the event. And so we're all very excited. Again, a huge thank you to our sponsors, because there is no way we could do this event without our sponsors.
Our volunteers.
And our volunteers.
Yes.
Absolutely. And so we just encourage people to come out, join us, bring your families, set up a chair and just enjoy the music, have fun. And so that's what the event is all about, family fun. And so we're excited about it and hope that we're going to see you there, right, John?
Oh, you better bet you will.
We'll save you a seat.
Yes, absolutely.
And what you said something earlier just a minute ago about it's a small group. We in this generation, a lot of our civic organizations and clubs, even our veterans organizations, the memberships are dwindling because a lot of our younger people are just not getting involved like happened in years ago. And I'm so glad to see the 3 of you beautiful young faces right here involved, and let everybody know that these clubs are clubs. You don't have to be anything special or anybody special to join. You just need to want to do something fun and do some good. And you can join a club like this and find great people involved who will open arms, bring you in and say,
absolutely.
Shoot yeah.
Yes.
Come be part of this.
Passion is the only requirement.
Yeah,
That's
there
right.
you go. And what a wonderful thing to say.
Yeah. And
That
so,
is a wonderful thing to say.
We are welcoming anyone who is interested in joining. We meet every Thursday at Lakewood Golf and Country Club, noon. We'll feed you a meal and tell you about all the great things that we have going on.
And we'll give you a shirt.
Yes. And so
you too can be a staffer.
Yes, you too can wear safety green.
And haul garbage at the end of the day.
Hey, now don't give away all the secrets. Yes, we got to save something.
I'm a can collector. There's no telling me.
But we're just really excited. We have so many great members. We have Joe Orr and John McCord and Max Christopher and just some really great people that have been a part of the club for many years.
Right.
And I think that they can still tell stories about cookbook sales and food sales. And we used to do many small fundraisers, and now we just focus on the one large fundraiser. So this is it. This is the event where we are able to provide support to Five Loaves for Kids, where they are packing backpack meals for children on the weekends. This is the event where we are able to buy Christmas presents for the children at the Head Start, where we go deliver those Christmas presents. This is it. And so if you don't have plans, we just really encourage you to come out. Anything that you just being at the event helps to support the event. Don't think you have to drop a $100 bill on the donation bucket, but if you do, we thank you. But again, just show up.
Yeah.
Just be there.
And buy something from somebody.
Yes. Well,
I don't care if it's a ring or a trinket from one of the dealers or vendors or a popcorn or whatever. It puts money into the economy of our society, and it makes money for these young people. And I don't think Tullahoma's a relatively affluent town, but there are a lot of children in Coffee County that are in desperate need of the things that you're raising this money to provide, and we need to remember that first.
Absolutely.
And passion's all you need.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And a little extra coffee never hurts on the days either.
Sometimes.
Yes. You know,
All
we
right.
did kind of touch on sponsors, but I think it's really important that we recognize
Okay,
those
sure.
sponsors.
Yes.
And so,
Our platinum sponsors are Bud Light, Miller Lite, City of Tullahoma, NAS, City of Tullahoma Police Department, City of Tullahoma Fire Department.
awesome. Our gold sponsors are First Bank, Weichert Realtors, Joe Orr and Associates, Ascend Federal Credit Union, Jacobs, Barrett Construction, Brent Myers Construction, Lester Green McCord and Toma, and First Vision Bank.
Some more gold sponsors for us and also give us like-kind donations are Citizens Tri-County Bank, Coffee County Bank, Stone Fort Mortgage, DKI, MedWorks of Tullahoma, Master of Ceremonies, Christopher Equipment, McMurr's, Rogers Group, Rooster 101.5, Duck 93.9, and Whiskey 95.9.
And I think we most certainly have to give a shout out. McMurr's made me remember this. Catherine Murray has been our MC of the event. And we cannot thank her enough. She does such a great job thanking the sponsors, engaging the crowd. If you know Kat, if you've ever been around her.
She's a show all herself.
She is. Yes, and it is such an honor that she does this event for us, partners with us, and we just greatly appreciate her. So thank you, Kat.
Thank you, Kat.
And we hope, if you come out for nothing else, just come out and see Kat. And so, and also our festival chair, who is unable to be with us today, Jason Red, does a fantastic job with the lineup.
He does.
And communicating with all the artists. And so we have to say thank you to Jason.
Okay, very good. Congratulations, girls, for doing it for 24 years, half of 24 years. And I know that we support everything you do always, and you're always welcome here. And your smiling, beautiful faces are just outstanding. Folks, look at this. Get a close-up on these cats over here. They do that. How can you ask for more than that? That's worth going right there. Just those beautiful young faces and the work that they're doing for our community. And so again, thank you. Good luck, good weather, and we'll see you there.
Thank you for having us.
All right, and we'll be back after these messages. Talking history about this and that. It's Conversations with John and Pat, with John and Pat, with John and Pat.
Well, I'm John Rickman. And I'm Pat Welch, and we're here again with our segment 3. This has been a rounding success of Conversations with John and Pat.
I've got a knife here, Pat.
All right.
It looks like the one that I traded. I wrote a song one time called Swapping Knives. And the reason I wrote it, it happened in Tullahoma. Walmart was over about where Food Line is.
All right.
And there's no fella that we dickered for a long time in regard to our knife swapping. I was going to give him, he wanted $5.50 for the knife at that time, which they were cheaper.
John, did you say you had a discussion with him over the value of the knife?
Yes.
Well, you got a pretty good reputation of being frugal, so that conversation could take
I got
a
him
while.
down to $5.25.
Wow.
$5.25. But during our negotiations, he said, "Son, I don't make any money. I just like swapping. I just like to swap knives. I make no money on my knives. I just like to trade." And that was what I used in my line. That was my punch line in my song. Well, I was bumming around in Lewisburg, getting kind of hot and tired. So I took a seat beneath a big shade tree in the Marshall County Courthouse yard. There was men standing round in overalls, their pockets filled with merchandise. They was chewing tobacco, whittling cedar, telling jokes and swapping knives. Well, an old man walked up to me, carving on a piece of wood. Said, "Hey, young feller, how you trade on knives?" And the one he had looked good. Well, I looked it over and I gave it back. He said, "Hold on, son, I got more." He pulled out a sack filled with knives. He looked like a walking store, and here's what he said: "What do you give me for a tree brand boker with a tree on every blade? Here's a John D. Primble and a genuine Barlow, and I and a kissing crane. Here's a double X case and an old hen rooster, a queen and an old-time Schrade. I make no money on my knives, I just like to trade." Well, I reached down into my blue jeans and I pulled out my old knife. I figured that it wasn't worth too much, I'd carried it half my life. But when he offered me a brand new knife for my old piece of blade, I thought to myself, you old fool, yes sir, it's a deal I'll trade. Well, the old man kind of chuckled as he walked away from me. He didn't have nothing to laugh about as far as I could see. But when I saw a fella give him $100 for that old knife of mine, I recollected every word in that old knife swapper's line. Here's what he said again. What do you give me for a tree band boker with a tree on every blade? Here's a John D. Primble and a genuine Barlow, and I and a kissing crane. Here's a double X case and an old hen rooster, a queen and an old time charade. I make no money on my knives, I just like to trade, you old liar. But that's about the knife swapping some. But over at Builder Supply, you worked over there for many years.
And John, you said something about the case double X. They've got a case rack over at the Builder Supply, and that brings me to kind of jostles my memory back to my time at the Builders. I was there 26 years. And left coaching and teaching at Battle Ground Academy in Franklin to come work for my father-in-law, Bill Sanders.
Were you hungry?
I was real hungry. Yeah. And that was William Josiah Sanders III, not to be confused with Dr. Sanders today, who's the fourth, or to be confused with his father, who started the Builder Supply, who's junior. But we had an employee there whose name was Mike Galligan. And Mike started working for Mr. Sanders Jr. when it first got started. And then he finished with Mr. Sanders. And almost everybody that got to work down there started working with Mike. He kind of indoctrinated them to the ways of the Builder Supply Company. And I was going to tell one more recent story, but let's go back and tell that. Talk about the one with Mr. Sanders first. Mr. Sanders III, my father-in-law, was on a destroyer in the South Pacific during World War II, and they fought, I believe, just about every major naval battle in the Pacific in the last year and a half or so of the Pacific War. And when he came home, now he was an officer right off the boat. He was in what he thought was great shape. And his dad sent him, like he did every other employee, out to work with Mike to start off. And if you've been at the Builder Supply, there's some railroad tracks on the other cross street on Atlantic Street where the Builders is located. And the sand did not come to the Builders in trucks like it does now. It came in huge rail cars. And the employees would shovel the sand out of the car onto the Builder Supply trucks, dump trucks, and take it in the yard and dump it down. Wow. Which would have been really hard work. And the first day, Mr. Sanders got a chance to work with Mike unloading that car. And he told me that he'd made up his mind he was going to, as long as he worked at the Builder Supply, which he hoped was a long time, he was going to give him honest days, a tough day's work, and the first day was going to be a real good one. And he said he noticed that Mike would hit a lick every time he did. He was waiting on him. So he decided, well, I'll just pick the pace up. And he said by lunchtime, he was going, sand was flying everywhere, and Mike was matching him, and they had no trouble at all. And he said, he told me years later that Mike, when he went home, he felt a little bit queasy, but by the time he got lunch down, he couldn't come back to work. He was sick. He got so hot and overheated from working. And he would always, Mr. Sanders would when he fessed up, he'd pause and lower his head, and then he'd come back, and he said, he said, what's really tough about that story is that I was using a regular shovel, but Mike was using a corn scoop. Mike was one heck of a man, and that wraps up our conversation with John and Pat, segment 3, but that's not the end of the conversations. Hopefully, we're going to get to go back for number 4.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat, with John and Pat, with John and Pat.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Peg, we're back, and we have about a minute to get through this.
All right. And there's a lot going on this weekend. You can come to the Civic Center and see the British Invaders, or go see Hunter. I'm so proud of her.
Out at the skating rink out there behind Lowe's, and we just were proud to have her in the studio.
She did a great job.
She's a wonderful young lady.
I loved her song.
And she stayed. She's the same young woman that she was when she was 15 years old on the stage at South Jackson.
And you can go to Manchester and see Macbeth. I mean, you don't have any reason to sit home this weekend.
No,
Lots
and you
of
can
good
go.
things.
You can. Don't forget the Mule Show.
The Mule
That's
Show,
later on,
right.
end of September 27th with Becky Buller, and it's just so much happening around here. Go out and have fun, folks.
It's time for us to go.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.